Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good. I think I'm going to lean forward today.
Lean forward?
Yeah, like this. Do you like it?
It's kind of aggressive.
Yeah, it is aggressive. Let me lean back. We don't have any aggressive news this morning, so I shouldn't be leaning forward. How was your day so far?
It's fine. It's fine. Thank you very much.
Good.
We have a winter weather advisory in effect until 7 p.m. today. Mixed precipitation is expected. Total snow and sleet accumulations of up to 2 inches and ice accumulations of up to 1/10 of an inch. So we're expecting slippery road conditions. The hazardous conditions could impact the evening commute, and falling temperatures during the afternoon and evening will result in slippery and slick road conditions with this wintry mix of precipitation likely. So winter is still here.
Yeah, it is. The wind yesterday was crazy. Our basketball hoop blew over.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but luckily we didn't have a car parked in front of it this time, so no damage. But a lot of tree branches down. There were some folks with power out due to those heavy winds. It was nasty down here.
37 right now. Our wind chill is 32 degrees. Some thunder is even possible today.
Oh, well, that's exciting.
Yes. So be careful.
Michigan State's going to have another press conference today to discuss fallout from the mass shooting that they have been dealing with. And each day I see more and more people that I know that had children on that campus. And yeah, just thinking of them, it's very difficult. Not sure how they would be feeling, obviously. Never been in a situation like that. But you got a lot of families worried about their children going back to school. It's a very, very large university, as you know, with a lot of events going on. So kind of anxious to hear from the press conference today and hear about the Spartans' plan to move forward.
Yes, and the Michigan State University Police announced last night that out of respect for the families, they will not be announcing the names of those 5 students that are still hospitalized, all in critical condition following Monday night's shooting. Huge outpouring of support all throughout the state. At the Michigan State University campus last night, thousands and thousands of students at a vigil, including President Woodruff, basketball coach Tom Izzo among the speakers, the governor also delivering an emotional message. The vigil had students filling Farm Lane, stretching from Auditorium Drive all the way down to the Farm Lane Bridge. So the campus is closed until Monday, and literally thousands of students have returned home.
Yeah.
And outpouring of support at other campuses around the state, including at the University of Michigan. There were thousands of students at a vigil last night, and that's the case at several other college campuses throughout the state of Michigan yesterday. And Brent Ellis, president of Spring Arbor University, told us that yesterday they had a special prayer service for the community at the Arbor Church, and it lasted for nearly 3 hours.
Yeah, that's great. A lot of support. We showed the GoFundMe yesterday for the one injured victim. It was at $186,000 when you showed it yesterday morning. Last night it was over $310,000. Can't imagine what it is right now, but yes, just a outpouring of support. That's is really all you can do, is be there for those families if you know those families. But it's a tough situation, obviously, for everyone involved. When I was younger, you could say things to me, or Brandon's parents could say things to him like, "Well, this will never happen near us." But now we know that it does happen near us. It happens everywhere. So it's a scary time.
It happened again last night.
Yeah, it did.
At a mall in Texas, actually across the street from the mass shooting at Walmart a couple of years ago.
Awful, awful, awful.
Well, we have also at the Capitol yesterday, Michigan State students gathered for an event at the Capitol, on the Capitol steps. Afterwards, they filled the House chamber where first responders were honored with House resolutions, and more legislation introduced in both the House and Senate dealing with school safety, funding, mental health, and it's expected we will see gun legislation. Speaker Joe Tate said that this time it's not going to just be words of prayers and thoughts, it's going to be action. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. We don't want to hear your thoughts and prayers anymore. And you know what? It's a fair statement from a lot of these victims. You don't want to hear that. It doesn't do anything to help the situation. It's just a nice thing to say. I had a really nice time last night. I got an opportunity to go out to Grass Lake and call the Grass Lake Tecumseh basketball game with David Rice and our own Brandon Dolly's nieces play on that team. They had a phenomenal game, so it was pretty cool seeing the Bollinger girls, Chloe and Natalie, on the court together. And Tecumseh is they're one of the best girls basketball teams I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
They're very, very good. So they should go far. It's fun to watch. It's got to be great for Brandon's sister and brother-in-law and grandparents enjoying that. So it was cool. It was a good family affair last night out at Grass Lake.
Was Tom and Peggy and David May there?
Dave and May were there. Were Tom and Peg there? I didn't see Tom.
I think they're probably watching on TV.
They probably were watching on TV,
Yeah.
maybe from somewhere warm.
If Tom and Peggy were there, you would have known it.
I was, I would have known. No, but I was impressed. Really good fans, your family is.
Yeah.
Just solid fans, nothing ridiculous. Mrs. Dowley reminded me of Chloe and Natalie's numbers right before the game, just in case I forgot. But what's funny is right after she did that, I looked down and where's the Grass Lake roster? So Brandon luckily sent me one.
Oh.
So, but it was a lot of fun.
Live basketball continues on JTV on Friday night. Big game, I believe.
Yeah.
Napoleon.
Yeah, they are.
Oh,
Napoleon.
it's tonight.
Yeah, tonight. It's hard to remember what day is what around this building. Napoleon, number 5 in the state. They travel to Michigan Center, so it'd be a good opportunity to see Napoleon. Very, very good. But Michigan Center would like to spoil that undefeated season, of course. That game is live tonight on JTV. David Rice and Harry Howard on the call.
Harry Howard making his debut on
Yep.
JTV Sports.
Absolutely. It should be a great time. We've got a Try Hockey for Free that is coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend, February 25th at 11:30. And the Try Hockey for Frees have been working. Every time I'm in the ice arena, I see more and more kids playing. Teams are growing, and hockey is alive in Jackson. It's cool. Very cool. You should try.
Well, I've been told
They have a U65 team.
you won't let me skate.
Well, actually, and Brandon and I had this conversation last night. We're worried about our parents, right? You know, a trip and fall here, a trip and fall there. So we just like to keep you on flat surface.
I've been thinking of taking up pickleball.
I think you could get an injury
Can
from
you
that.
fall in that?
That's going to be something you would injure yourself doing.
Well, there really aren't that many opportunities to skate this winter because of the weather. And in Ottawa, the famous Rideau Canal Skateway, the largest outdoor ice rink in the world, may not open this winter for the first time in half a century because warmer weather. It's a 5-mile-long section of canal in the center of the Canadian capital. Normally it is just packed with people. It opens in December and is open all winter long, but they just have not had the cold weather enough to support the weight of skaters. It's ice, but it's not safe.
Have you been there? Have you been there before?
No.
No, never been there?
No, never been there. I've seen it.
We've talked on and off about we need a downtown skating rink for the winter. Really helps bring people downtown, something to do in the winter. But I guess this winter, if we had it, it probably would have been a bust.
It would.
Don't you think?
And that would have been just our luck.
Our
You know,
luck.
We would have pushed
Yeah.
forward and then.
Yeah, let's get in.
Where would we put it?
I don't know where to put. I'd put it in a parking lot. Yeah, I would put it in a parking lot.
Or across from Steve's Ranch between
Yeah, you could
La
do
Saint
that.
Louis. There's a big but it's kind of a hill.
Yeah, it's kind of a hill. I would do it in a parking lot, but I would say that's something that we could see in the next few winters. I think that would be a nice addition to our downtown.
Yeah, the third warmest winter on record in Ottawa, and really everywhere. It's been warm here. The police blotter this morning, Michigan State Police investigated the larceny of muck boots.
Oh, those are nice. Muck boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone needs a pair.
So if you see someone wearing muck boots that don't appear to be theirs, they're stolen.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And that-
Tiger Woods is back on the golf course. He tees off at 3:04 p.m. today alongside Justin Thomas and Rory McIlroy at the Genesis Invitational. He's not played since missing the cut at the Open last July, and this will be his first non-major PGA Tour event since October of 2020.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal.
Yeah, I can't believe he continues to keep coming back and play, and he said he wouldn't play if he didn't think he could win. The new Netflix series that's following the PGA Tour, that came out last night, and I watched the first 30 minutes of it. I think you'll find it interesting. They follow Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas quite a bit, along with some other players, but they started filming that before the Live and PGA split, so I think you'll find it pretty interesting. But you know, at the end of the day, it's just rich guys playing golf, so it's really you know, there's nothing you're gonna see that's too intriguing. Some of them might have more foul language than you thought, but it's a lot of private jets and money.
The WM tournament, it used to be called the Waste Management,
Right.
But apparently this garbage company doesn't want to be called Waste Management anymore. But that was entertaining to watch.
That's a tournament I'd love to go to. That would be a lot of fun.
We've got a couple of things closing or ending. One is Marinos is closing their flagship location on Parnell.
Yeah.
That's where it all started.
It is.
Kurt and Mary Nichols starting that. Don't fear, Marinos will still be here. We're going to have the two remaining locations in downtown Spring Arbor and on Horton Road. But they've been at this for decades.
They have.
And the opportunity came along. The Township of Blackman needs more room for their public safety department. They're on top of each other where they are located, just next to Marinos. So they're going to use that building for a while. And then eventually, it's expected a new building will be built. And there's already a very popular field behind Marinos.
Very popular
Hopefully
field,
they'll
yeah.
be able
The
to-
soccer field that folks will come in from Petoskey on a Sunday, play a 2 p.m. game, and then go home. I wonder what they're going to do with those skee ball machines,
Oh,
you know,
Yeah.
from the playroom. That would be fun to have at JTV. Maybe we can see what they're going to do with those. Or one of the crane games they have. I've always wanted one of those. We could fill it with energy drinks.
yeah.
That'd be cool.
We could use one. And the other thing that ended on Valentine's Day, after 27 years, Microsoft permanently disabled Internet Explorer, the web browser. Who uses that?
Well, I do. No, I'm just kidding. I think we have one or two people that are going to turn on their computer this morning and be disappointed.
Well, they'll finally have to learn how to download Chrome.
Well, good luck. Let me give you some scores brought to you by our friends at Extreme Dodge. Visit their new oil change building. Get you in, out very fast while you wait. You might be going somewhere this President's Day weekend on the road. You're probably overdue for an oil change like me. I'm always overdue for an oil change. I hate
Don't
looking
you have a thing on your
I do, but somehow it always skips past that. Boys basketball, Charlotte, they beat Hanover Horton by 36 last night. Is that right? Wow, Charlotte must be awfully good. Jackson with another win over Lakeview. Jackson Christian fell, and Addison beat Springport. That's boys basketball. Girls, Tecumseh over Grass Lake. Game we were at. You can see that again this weekend on JTV. Napoleon beat Michigan Center, which was a huge conference implication. They are now 8-3, and I believe if Grass Lake beats East Jackson, there's a 3-way tie for girls in the Cascades Conference. And Loy Norix beat Hanover Horton. Some wrestling. Fowlerville, they beat Northwest in the team regional. And Clinton beat Napoleon in their team regional as well. Hanover Horton fell to Perry, and East Jackson. Hudson won that regional, and then Bronson won the Division IV regional at Homer. Live high school basketball tonight. Napoleon, number 5 ranked in the state at Michigan Center, presented by Avenue Auto, and we expect coverage live on JTV and JTV.tv around 6:45 tonight.
Tough night for Jackson area wrestlers last night, and a very strange thing happened at the Northwest wrestling loss. According to Northwest wrestling coach Bruce Gumbert, who told JTV's Jeff Steers, the Mounties led 35-30 heading into the final match at 120 pounds. The Northwest wrestler was ahead in the match, but got in a scramble, hit his face on the mat, losing consciousness for a brief moment. Officials made the determination that any wrestler who loses consciousness at any time is an automatic forfeit.
I mean, I'm sure that place just went haywire at the time. You understand the rule is there for the safety. Reminds me of the football rule. If your helmet falls off, you have to come out and sit a play.
Unless you're in the NFL.
Well, unless you're in the NFL. But yeah, tough. What a tough story. I'm sure it was absolutely nuts in that field house.
Northwest Wrestling very disappointed.
Yeah.
Really after a great season too.
Unbelievable season.
Who's on the show today?
We've got a great show. We are going to get things lined up. First with Brian Green from the College and Career Access Center, and he'll join us right after this break.
Now is Extreme's Ram Make the Switch event.